So we know the drill. It's taking our time as we come to our comfortable lying down position. Whether the knees are bent up or the feet are flat out on the mat. The arms either by the side or just resting on the body. Just having that chin tucked in so the back of the neck is long. And then as we're here, just settling into the mat. So just feel the body ease. As we draw our attention to the breath. Just hearing the subtle sounds of each inhale and exhale. And the subtle movements. The chest rises and expands. And as it contracts and lowers with each exhale. Just tuning into this rhythm going on within the body. To just allow everything to settle and quiet. And any thoughts that enter the mind, just allowing them to drift away. Just leaving the mind clear and the body calming. And over time, just observing that breath. Just gradually and naturally, it's becoming longer. And then we'll take 3 long, deep inhales. So when you're ready, as we inhale, filling the chest, side ribs and tummy. As we hold that just for a second. And through parted lips, just sigh it away. As we repeat twice more. When we've had those 3, just allowing the breath to return to normal, observing any differences. And then we'll ease the neck off. It's in your time. It's gently rolling the head from side to side. As fast or as slow as you wish. Easing around these neck muscles. And when we've worked both sides evenly, it's bringing that head back to center. And then if they're not already, bringing the arms down by the sides, palms facing down. When you're ready, let's inhale as we reach these arms up overhead onto the floor behind us. Just having a gentle stretch as we exhale back down to the side. Twice more. Inhale and reach. And if that yawn comes, just allow it to happen. Slow and controlled movement, in time with the breath. And when you've had those 3, you can just leave the arms down by the sides. As we move it into the feet, just rolling the feet from side to side. Now as you roll those feet, just allowing that to bring the whole of the legs into it, working into the hips as well. And then just plant these legs, just so it's just the ankles that are rotating side to side. Lovely. And then final one. You can just inhale. You can lift the palms up if you like. So we give them a gentle rotate. And then just a gentle shake off. And in time, you can inhale. As we hug these knees into the chest. Whether you want to rock side to side or just enjoy the stillness. Either massaging the lower spine or just feeling that press into the mat. And then coming back to center and stillness. To get ready for a twist. So either inhaling the arms out to shoulder height, or if you've not got room, the elbows out and the palms facing up. As we exhale, as those knees roll over to any side. Perhaps looking over the opposite shoulder. As we just ease into the twist with each exhale. As you inhale, just observing the breath in this side of the lung. And in time, to inhale back to center. As we exhale across to the other side. Looking over this opposite shoulder if it's comfortable. As you observe the breath on this side of the lung. And then releasing with each exhale. As we inhale, back to center. Sending these legs up into the air. The arms can stay by the side if they want, or you can move them. There's much a bend in these legs, so they can just hang quite effortlessly. You can begin by rotating the ankles. And then let's just flex the toes. So as you inhale, pointing the toes up. As we exhale, pointing the toes towards us, stretching the back of the legs. Repeating with each breath. Lovely. And then from here, just send the soles of these feet onto the mat. Doesn't matter if the heels are in close or not. We'll bring the palms down by the sides if they're not already. Ready for pelvic tilting. So as we inhale, peeling the hips up just a tad. As we exhale as they lower back down. So as we inhale, the hips lifting, the curve of the lower spine flattening on the mat. We exhale down as that curve returns. Now, you can continue this, or you can work your way into full bridge. If you're coming into bridge, just making sure the heels are close into the hips. And as you inhale, peeling these hips up nice and high. Not holding. As we exhale, peeling the spine down. Twice more this way, just being sure that chin is tucked in. Peeling down on the exhale. Now, when you've had those 3, we can inhale up as we hold. Or maybe you'd rather not. You can hold for 6 breaths. Maybe the count is less. Each inhale powering through the legs, lifting up. Exhale, a gentle press on the palms. And when you've had the 6, gently exhale, peeling our way back down. Counter stretching as we take a hold of each knee individually, drawing it out and up to the sides of our chest. Making space in that back again. You can have a rock here or enjoy the stillness. And then inhale, just to hug those knees in together just for a brief second. And then from here, you can either roll to one side or rock yourself up to sit. If you're rocking up, taking a hold of the thighs, slowly building the momentum, taking the time to massage through the spine. Wow. As we come up to our comfortable seated position, using any props that we want. We find that spine nice and long, and rooting down through these sit bones. And when we're ready, settling in here, just inhale, palms up above. As we exhale it all back to heart center. As we repeat again, the movement as slow as the breath. Reaching up as we draw everything back. And those palms can just rest on the legs if you like. So shoulders drop as we move it back into the neck. So inhaling that length as we exhale, looking up, stretching the front of the neck. Every inhale to center. As we exhale, looking down, stretching the back. Inhaling to center. And then ears to shoulders. And the final side to your breath. As we inhale back, rooting down again through those sit bones. As we bring it into the shoulders. Whether you bring the palms in or not is your choice. As we inhale, pushing, circling up. Exhaling back and down twice more. We had those 3 as we go the opposite way. As we inhale, squeezing back and up. Exhaling forward and down. We've had those 3. can release the hands. Maybe you want that shake off. And then we'll work it into the sides. So one arm, inhaling that up. That reaches up. We exhale, crawling the other palm out. Top arm reaching over. Now the arm on the floor can be straight or bent. As we hold it here, maybe inhale as we reach the top arm. Releasing with each exhale. It might be the case you come onto the elbow, might not be. And then, can we inhale, challenge the core. Both coming up. Exhale to the other side. So wherever that palm lands in the floor. And the inhales, that top arm reaches. And just see if you release down a bit more, breath by breath. Challenge that core again. Harder. Inhale up. And back to heart center. Allowing those shoulders to drop. So we inhale, just feeling that chest expand. And rooting that down on the exhale. And we'll work our way through to all fours. Whether that's rolling over the knees or any other way that you wish. Taking your time, you find your all four position. Maybe it's the wrists under the palms, shoulders, or maybe you prefer the fists tonight. And those knees under the hips. You can always prop a blanket under the knees. As we find the spine lengthened here, looking down so the back of the neck is long. When we're ready, let's move it into cat. As we inhale, curling from the base, as we look up. As we exhale, again curling from the base. As we look down or through the legs. Repeating breath by breath. Taking the time as we feel through each of the vertebrae. Maybe you want to take a deep bend in the elbows as you move. Maybe not. It's awakening the spine in this. Then when we've worked evenly, back in our flat backs, as we just sink it all back into your child position, allowing the chest and head to sink to the mat, adjusting so it's comfortable for you. With each breath, releasing in. And as we usually do, you can inhale, just briefly lifting the palms onto the fingertips. That stretch just moves up the back a little. And then lowering those palms at any time you wish. And then, on an inhale, can we slither through onto our fronts, keeping the chest and head low. So when you're ready, inhale. Now as we come through onto the fronts, can we plant those elbows under the shoulders? And the gaze is either looking forward or just slightly down. And observing that gentle back bend. And all the while with each inhale, it's as if that chest is expanding up. Now, with those palms planted, without moving them, if you want, on the inhale, just pulling them towards you a little. You might just feel that move up the back. Releasing on the exhale. Repeating with each breath if you like. Lovely. And then in your time, releasing that move, we can exhale. As we come to lie in the front, bringing the palms in line with the chest. We can rest one cheek on the mat if we like. Just feeling the body settling in here first. And then when you're ready, can we work up into Cobra? So as we inhale, lifting up, as high or as little as you like. As we exhale, tensing the buttocks, peeling the spine down. Now, Annie, this one's maybe for you. You can bring the palms far in front. And inhale, just gently lifting up a tad. And if you're in full Cobra, just repeating with each breath, inhaling up and exhaling down. And if you've done 3, maybe some more, you can take a rest. Resting the opposite cheek on the mat this time. Just feeling the body settling in here. And then we'll lift up again, but this time, can we hold for 3 breaths? So in your time, inhaling up as high or as little as you like. So we exhale, almost as if the body gives in. So we inhale, drawing the breath in the chest. And when we've had our 3, let's just all exhale down. Tensing the buttocks as the spine peels down. So we take a hold of the elbows. And we can just rest the forehead in the mat. Just feeling the body settling in here. Just tuning into the movements that each breath is making. And then let's just counter stretch. So in your time, with the palms in line with the chest, can we inhale through to all 4s? As we exhale it back into our child position. You just make that space between each of the vertebrae again. Everything releases down. The breath, easing, calming, and energizing. And when you're ready, let's inhale it back through to all 4s. And then our all 4s. It's getting ready to work into the core. Now remember, if ever too much in the wrists, just come back onto those fists. That would be fine, the spine lengthened here. Let's move it into the limbs. So can we inhale first, sending one leg out, pointing those toes down. So As we exhale that leg back down. As we move into the other leg, inhaling it out, in line with the hips. Exhaling it down. Now the arms. As we inhale, reaching one out. Exhaling that down. And the other arm. Now, you can probably guess what's next. Can we inhale the first leg and the opposite arm out? As we exhale that back down, slow and controlled, working with the breath and the core. Opposite side, as we inhale and reach. And exhale down. Now first side again, but a little different. So inhale and reach. Can we exhale? Can we bend the elbow and knee towards each other? As we inhale and reach, lovely. Exhaling back down, second side. Inhale and reach. As we exhale that elbow and knee, the spine will curl. Inhale and reach, and back down. Now, first side again. So inhale and reach. As we exhale the elbow and knee towards each other, can we repeat elbow and knee twice more? So inhale, reaching out. Exhale and touch, or somewhere close. And when we've had those three, inhale and reach, and back down. Second side. Inhaling out. Exhale and reach. Or elbow and knee even. And then reach. Twice more. And when you've had those three, back down. And I think that deserves a rest. So we can exhale it down. Do our child pose again. It's allowing the body to settle and the breath to settle. You observe the warmth that you've created within. It's feeling that flowing through the body. And in time, let's inhale. Back up from our all to our all fours even. And ready for a lunge. So the same way that we've just done, can we inhale one leg out? But this time, exhale, bending that foot up. As we sink it through. And it might be graceful, might not be. There we go. And when we're set, as exhales, we shift that weight forward. Probably needing to adjust to this ankle and knee are in alignment. And just allowing a lot of the weight to be on the feet. We've been on the wrists a while, so they're just here for balance. As we feel the stretch in that back thigh, the hips releasing. And if you want, you can tuck the back toes under. Lengthen that leg. Maybe not. That's your choice. Knee maybe stays on the floor. There we go. And then here, can we lengthen the spine a little? Just so inhale, as long as that chest expands. Now this position works with time. That's why we've been holding it. But then can we take a twist? So planting the opposite palm of the front leg, whether it's palm or fingertips. So we inhale, opening up. Looking up if you're balanced. Observing the breath in this open lung. As we exhale, folding it down. We can lower that back leg, untucking the toes, and let's sneak a stretch in this front leg. So we can walk the palms and hips back, kind of allowing this leg to straighten. Can we inhale as we flick these toes up? That should ignite the back of this leg. And just breathe into it with each exhale. Feeling it release. Not sure is the right term, but it might. If you want, you can gently fold over it, only if it's comfortable. And then when you're ready, just inhale, swinging it back. So we're in our all fours, ready for the other side. So inhaling that opposite leg out. And on the exhales, we bend the knee up. And then slowly sinking it through. And when it's through, big exhale again. As we shift that weight forward, adjusting that knee and ankle. As we stretch into this back thigh, and the hips releasing on this side. And again, remember, most of that weight is on the feet. And if you did before, you can tuck that back toes under as you lengthen the leg. Maybe the knee stays on the floor. As we inhale, just finding that length in the chest. As it puffs out just a touch. Not quite yet, we're going there in a second, Barbara. It's got to allow the hips to release on this side first. But now we can work our way there. So whether it's fingertips or palms of the opposite hand, you know what I mean. We inhale, opening up over this front leg. Observing the breath in this side of the lung. As we exhale our way back down. Lowering the back knee here. As we untuck those toes, walking the palms and hips back, so this leg just naturally straightens. It can have a bend if it wants. As we inhale, flicking the toes up here, awakening this leg. And I've just had a realization, if you're a runner, you should really feel this. Using that exhale, releasing in. As we inhale, swinging it all back. Take a rest, exhaling down. Whether the arms are reached out or by the sides. As everything releases down, calms and relaxes. Just hearing the sounds of each breath. And then, can we work our way up to dog? So in your time, inhale through to our all fours. As we tuck the toes under, lifting those hips up to the sky. That chest and head sinks through, giving that head a wiggle just so it's nice and loose. If you want, maybe walking from foot to foot, or just enjoying the stillness. And then in time, let's walk it through to a forward fold, hanging nice and loose. Whether that's the arms hanging, holding ankles, or the elbows. Allowing that lower back to release. And in time, slowly and gently, inhaling ourselves up to our standing position. Those feet nice and planted. Just enjoying that stillness again. Shoulders drop, chin tucked in. It's feeling those roots being made through the feet. As we usually do, settling in here. As we inhale and reach. Those palms together. As we exhale back to heart center. Once more. Filling the movement with your breath. We draw it all back. You can allow the palms to fall to the sides. Chances are they probably want a wee shake off. We were on them for quite a while. Lovely. And now, let's challenge the thighs. So, on a big inhale, can we swing up as we come into chair? So inhale, swinging and reaching up. As we exhale, sinking these hips down. Now, we're holding this position. So with that inhale, feeling that chest expand. As we exhale, perhaps lowering a little more. Now let's use our breath to calm and still. Just forgetting about what's going on in the thighs. And then, big inhale up. Palms together. Exhale back. Just taking a brief moment, enjoying the stillness. We're going back. So when you're ready, same again. Inhale, swinging up. Exhale, hips down. So that tailbone is tucked under. It's not squinting the bum out, just in. But we're going to change it up. So we can exhale, palms to heart center, allowing the shoulders to drop. Maybe the hips a little more. And then on an inhale, can we open up to one side? Now the elbow might touch the thigh, or it might be very far off. Exhale to center. Inhale to the other side. Now once more to each side. Exhaling to center. And inhaling out. Focus on the twist. We can forget about the thighs. When you've done both sides evenly, one last brief hold. Inhale. Have a walk off. do what we need. And what can be nice as well, just with gentle fists, let's give them a bit of a slap. And when we're ready, that should warm us up quite nicely. Finding our lengthening position. Oh, sorry, we probably want to be mid-mat. We're going to come out nice and wide. So if we need to turn around, we can. That's it. So we can just zigzag the feet out. So probably about a leg distance. Wider if you want, or shorter. Point those toes out at 30-45 degrees. With the spine lengthened, the hands on the hips. Let's exhale. Forward to halfway, so keeping the spine lengthened. Those knees can have a slight bend if they wish. And on your next exhale, you can just fold down, releasing the hands either onto the mats, maybe onto the ankles, or holding the elbows. And have as deep a bend in the knees as you like. It can just help ease that lower back off. And then in time, can we just bring these hands onto the floor? Now it doesn't matter if it's palms, fingertips, or fists. Just enough. So on an exhale, can we walk the palms across to one side? Chances are the knee on this side is probably going to bend, and that's fine. Now we're not holding. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling across to the other side. Again, allowing that knee to bend. Now twice more. So inhale center. Exhaling across. As we come back on the inhale, and the other side. So working into the hips, thighs, calves, ankles. And when you've had the three, just coming back to center. Now, when we're back in center, can we walk the hands forward a little? So it's becoming almost a wide-legged dog. So we can allow that chest and head to sink through. The arms can reach out. And just releasing down. Should be a comfortable position. And then in time, you can walk those hands back a bit. Just inner fold. And then slowly inhale, curling ourselves up. Nice and long. We can zigzag ourselves back in. If you ever want to make that move a bit more interesting, do it in a warm conservatory. Sweaty feet means my legs went very wide. But from here. So, continuing with the legs. Nice and lengthened. It's going to step one leg forward. So it's not warrior. Probably about a half leg apart. So these hips are still pointing forward. The back toes are just in slightly. So we're stretching the front of this leg again. So we inhale that length. And exhale, tipping over the leg. Now if this front knee needs to bend, you can allow that to happen. But with each inhale, reminding the spine of its length as we keep it lengthened. Each exhale, perhaps lowering down, or just feeling the muscles release. When you're ready, let's inhale, back up. Now we'll make it a twist, so we can bring the hips to the side. Now that toe's probably going to go out a bit more. You can widen the stance just a tad. So we find the spine lengthened. So it's our triangle move. So if we can bring these palms out. And exhale, gently over the front leg. Whether it's holding the leg or that palm goes down. And if the top arm is reaching up, maybe you look up if you're balanced. So we inhale, back up, releasing down. Now you have the option, you can flip yourself around or you can readjust if you still want to look. Now, remember, shortening the stance first. So these hips are pointing forward. We inhale that spine long. Exhale, tipping forward. Just so you feel the biting point of the front leg. If it needs to bend, then allow it to happen. Each inhale, finding the length. Perhaps exhale, releasing down a little more. As we inhale, lifting ourselves back up. To bring the hips to the side, just a tad longer. Inhaling these arms out. We exhale, tipping over. Front leg again, perhaps a bend, whether you hold the leg or not. And if you're balanced, looking up. And then inhaling, back up. Arms down. Zigzag or walk ourselves in. Have a shake, a walk, whatever you need. And then we'll move it back up into the upper back. So from our standing position again, with these feet nice and firmly planted. Inhaling those arms out to shoulder height. As we exhale, one elbow on top of the other. Perhaps the palms interlock, back of the palms touch, or maybe you prefer a hug. Now, can we inhale these elbows up to shoulder height? Just feeling that gentle stretch across the back. And then, with a slight bend in the knees, let's exhale as we tip it forward to halfway. Now halfway, take a nice deep inhale. As we exhale, sighing the breath away into our fold. Just feeling that stretch move up the back. And in time, inhaling ourselves all the way back up. As the elbows back. As we exhale and release. Stretching the arms out. As we send the other elbow on top. Again, perhaps interlocking our palms, and this side might be different. Inhale these elbows up again. Just feeling the stretch on this side. And again with a bend in the knees. Exhaling forward to halfway. Halfway, finding that length in the spine. Sighing that breath away in our forward fold. And in time, inhaling our way all the way up. And we exhale, releasing out and down. And the shoulders might want a wee rock off. Bring the neck in as well if you want. And then we'll get ourselves ready for our balance. So you can take the decision if you want to have a wall handy or not. So we find ourselves tall. Just awaken these feet. So first inhaling as we lift all the toes up. As we exhale, spreading them out and down. Repeating with each breath. Exhaling down. And when the toes come down, just leaving them there. If you want, you can play with the weight. Maybe going to the side, forward and around. If you've gone to one side, just going the other way as well. And then, with these feet muscles activated, finding our position again as we inhale, lifting one heel up. Always lifting up in the spine. And inhaling this leg out in front, whether you hold the knee or it hangs itself. And the ankles are rotate if it wants. You can exhale, that knee out to the side. You have the other arm as a balance. Breathing in, that chest expands, helps with the gravity. And then in time, tucking that heel in, whether it's up high or the toes are touching the floor. And if you found your balance, we inhale, reaching up, palms together as we bring them down to heart center. The shoulders dropping. Tuning into your breath. Calm, still, maybe balanced. As we root down through the standing foot. And then in time, exhale as we release. And a quick walk off. We set ourselves up for the other side, finding that length in the chest. As we inhale, lifting the opposite heel. In time, as we inhale this knee up, giving that ankle a rotate if you did before. And then exhale, that knee out to the side. Breathing that length out of the hips. And then tucking the heel in when you're ready, wherever it is. If you're still, Inhaling the arms up. Palms together. To bring everything down to heart center. Just finding the stillness and peace on this side. Observing the difference. Tuning into the breath. And then, in your time, on an exhale, releasing down. And having that shake if you need. And then we'll come down to all fours via downward, we'll come down to child. Via dog, all fours, child. Just breathing in tall. As we exhale, tucking the chin, rounding the shoulders, bending the knee, taking the move slowly, feeling through each of the vertebrae. Now you can hang in the forward fold for a breath or two. And in time, planting the palms, stepping the feet back into your dog. You can hold dog for a few breaths if you want, whether it's walking or still, or maybe you want to lower down into child. And if you're still up, let's think about rolling down in the next breath or two. Sinking back to our child position. That chest and head sink to the mat. As we tune into the breath here, feeling that body release, finding the calm and stillness. Sounds of each breath. As you inhale, drawing in energy. Exhale, releasing any tension. And when you're ready, inhaling our way through to all fours. And we get ready to come through to sit. Whether it's crossing the ankles or any other way. And sending those feet out in front. And flicking those toes up. That spine is long. Chin tucked in. Settling in here first. And then we'll move into a twist. You can keep these legs straight if you prefer. Or if you want, inhale as we bend one in. And every time just taking that hug, finding the length in the spine. Maybe exhaling it over the other. And this front leg now either stays where it is, or that heel wraps roughly in line with the hips. And then set ourselves up. So that gentle hug just lifts the spine. And then, it's the same arm as the front leg. We're exhaling this one around. Tucking it in close to the hips. That shoulders dropping. On our next exhale, let's just twist around as we look over that shoulder. Front elbow may come across the thigh, or it can hold it as it was. Every inhale, breathing in that little bit taller. Perhaps exhaling, twisting around a little more. Just observing this move with time. As we give in just a little bit more with each breath. And that's it. And then, when you're ready, you can inhale the elbow up to shoulder height. As we exhale, following it around the front. Having that lengthening hug again. As we unravel the legs. Sending the toes up. Setting the spine up again. As we inhale the other leg in. Having that hug. As we exhale it across. Maybe we wrap this heel around in line with the hips, or it stays in front. Just having that hug. Shoulders dropping. As we exhale the other arm around, tucking it in close to the hips. Breathing in tall. And exhale, twisting over. As we look over this back shoulder. Every inhale, finding that length. Maybe exhale, releasing a little bit more. Just tuning into the breath, releasing bit by bit. As we inhale, the elbow up to shoulder height. As we exhale, following it around the front. And a lengthening hug. As we unravel the legs. And we can just loosen them off. The toes don't need to be up. Just taking a hold of the thighs. And just rocking the legs. So the hands are doing the work, not the legs. Easing everything off. And then from here, we'll work our way through to lie down. You can bend these knees up loosely. Spine lengthened. Inhaling the arms up. As we exhale, peeling ourselves down. That final challenge for the core. The last thing down is the head. Checking the chin is tucked in. And then you can just hug these knees in. Whether squeezing and rocking, or still, all your choice. And then, as you come back to center, just place the soles of the feet on the mat. Doesn't matter if they're loose or close in. The elbows or arms out to shoulder height. And we can just rock these knees side to side. Nice and loose. As you roll one way, the head might look over the opposite shoulder. And then, coming back to center. We have two options. If you've got a blanket, you maybe want to stay where you are. Or if you want, you can inhale the legs into the air. And time bringing the arms up. And then draw the legs through, the arms through the legs, taking a hold of the outer edges of the feet. as we draw we know where we're going. Whether rocking or still. And then in time, exhaling down to your relaxation position. In whatever that may be. Just allowing that body to become heavy. Settling on the mat. Tuning into the breath. That chest rises and lowers. And the expansion and contraction. And the subtle sounds that are going on. As everything stills and calms. And just allowing the mind to ease as well. Any thoughts drifting away. Just observing the breath, not forcing it. As it gradually lengthens and deepens. Just enjoying the stillness going on within. And then let's guide the breath around the body. We inhale, drawing in the energy. As we exhale, releasing any tension. And we'll start at the crown of the head. Forehead. Eyebrows. Eyes. Nose. Lips. Tongue. Chin. Jaw. Ears. Front of the neck. Back of the neck. Collarbone. Left shoulder. Left elbow. Left wrist. Front of the palm. Back of the palm. Left fingers. The whole of the left arm. Right shoulder. Right elbow. Right wrist. front of the palm, back of the palm, right fingers, the whole of the right arm, left lung, right lung, front of the chest, back of the chest, left shoulder blade, right shoulder blade, back of the ribs, side ribs, lower front ribs, tummy, lower back, hips, and pelvic floor, left thigh, left knee, calf, shin, left ankle, heel, ball of the left foot, toes, the whole of the left leg, right thigh, right knee, calf, shin, right ankle, heel, ball of the right foot, toes, the whole of the right leg, the whole body, the whole body. Gently bringing your attention back to this moment, wiggling the toes and fingers. If you want, inhaling the arms overhead, a gentle stretch. And in time, bringing the arms down. Maybe hugging the knees into the chest. Do you roll over to any side for a moment of stillness? As you open the eyes here. And then lift yourself up to your comfortable, seated position. Finding the spine long and light. When you're ready, just inhaling. Palms up. As we exhale them down to heart center. And bowing our heads. Namaste.